Yeah, now see, that's not good. Dripping chicken. Yeah, we're gonna have to disinfect that. We're making spatchcock chicken. No, don't eat me, don't eat me. Hey guys, and welcome back to the Mocha Foodie Gardener. Thanks for joining my channel. Today I'm going to be making a spatchcock chicken. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. Apparently that's the term. It's a fancy term for butterflying. So basically I'm going to butterfly the chicken and roast it in the oven. So for this recipe you're going to need a whole chicken, some onions, carrots, Brussels sprouts, potatoes, and melted butter, but you're going to want to have two separate containers because you're going to put them on at different times. I've got some fresh garlic here and my seasonings. I'll show you the seasonings a little later, but this is the basics of what we need. So I'm just going to move these guys out of the way until I need them. So again, spatchcocking is basically butterflying the chicken, and I like buying whole chickens because whole chickens are a lot cheaper than the chicken parts, and it just kind of goes a long way, and it's super easy to make. So that's one thing that I love about that. So this is the breast here, and obviously the legs and the wings, basic chicken anatomy. But you're going to turn it on its backside, and you're going to identify the backbone, right? This guy right there. So basically we're going to turn it around. So you're going to want to make sure that you have cutting shears, kitchen shears or what have you. I've seen people use a knife, which is fine. So basically you're going to just get your hand inside the cavity and begin cutting along the side right after you identify where the backbone is. And this is not as easy. It's very disturbing because you hear those bones cracking. Where you're going to cut across this along the side here. And these bones are very fragile. So as you can see, I'm a little weakling and I'm able to actually cut through. Get that going, right? We've got one side done. Now you're going to spin it around. Some people do it the same way, but I like to do it so I can get as much leverage as possible. And I'm going to do the same with the other side. Okay, and we're just about there. I think I cut a little too much into the meat, which is not cool, but yeah. Well, maybe there's a little bit, but you don't want to cut into the meat. You want to try to keep it as straight as possible. But hey, you can always use this. Don't ever throw this away. This can be used for like a chicken stock or what have you with extra vegetables and water and all that good stuff. Just boil it, and maybe I'll make a video for that. Okay, now once you have this done, you see it's not fully open, so you're going to get your knife again and just kind of go in here. You're going to want to identify where the breastbone is right here, and then go ahead and get a knife and just give it a little whack, and then that just opens it up for you so it can lay flat, because that's pretty much what you want it to do. Okay, so there you have it. I've butterflied or spatchcocked my chicken. And we're gonna flip this little guy over. Oh, it's so pretty. It looks like a heart. Doesn't it look like a little heart? But, oh, I love you from chicken. Okay, now tuck these little guys in. And so we're gonna take our first part of butter, and I'm gonna make a little nice rub on it to give it that nice crunchy skin. I don't know about you, but I love me some chicken skin, so that's what we're gonna do. One thing I forgot to mention before you did all that spatchcocking, you minced your garlic and all that good stuff, and you're just gonna get everything into a little teeny bowl. Mush it up as much as you can. It's gonna be our little garlic butter paste. I love garlic, so I think I used about 5 garlic cloves. 2 of them were small, so it's just comes down to your personal preference and your own liking. So what I do is I get my butter. Get my butter. Mix that all up in there. Okay. And you can either put your seasoning in there now, or you can just do it afterwards. I'm gonna do it afterwards just because I just wanna get it nice and coated with the butter. I like to turn it this way so you guys know how much I love you. All right, so now basically you're just gonna get the butter, kind of like you're gonna give somebody a back massage. You've got some lotion going on here, and you're gonna massage. This is just so weird. Oh, yeah. Massaging the chicken. But believe me, it's really worth it. Get those ashy ankles, those nummy knees. But again, this is what's gonna make that skin really nice and brown and crispy. So you get all that in there and get that garlicky butter flavor in there. Alrighty. Okay. I'm sure I'm probably gonna have to wipe some more off of that, but anywho. So, regarding seasonings, you know, you can do some more garlic powder. I like an assortment. All-purpose seasoning. I love my Montreal chicken seasoning, so that's definitely a must. A little bit more garlic powder, whatever you like. Light dusting of my garlic powder. Yes, I have garlic here, but I like this also because it's got parsley, it's got different herbs and spices, rosemary and sunflower oil, so you can never have enough garlic. Just have some mince, or, you know, don't eat this on a date. Or actually eat it on a date and it'll be really fun. You blow your breath in each other's face. All right, so this is just a little bit of all-purpose seasoning. I like the Simply Organic brand. More herbs going in here. And again, as I mentioned, my Montreal chicken seasoning. I find that this gives it a nice bit of a spice whenever I cook it on my chicken, so I like the flavors, amazing. And it's okay if you make a mess. Just make sure you just get that all nice and patted on there. Now, and you're not just gonna season one side, so you're just gonna gingerly turn it over and get that other side going. You don't have to add as much, but you know, just a little. Another seasoning I like is Mrs. Dash. So if you have anybody who has sodium limitations, Mrs. Dash is a really good. It's very flavorful with garlic powder and all that good stuff. It doesn't have any sodium, so it's great. I love it. So now what you're gonna do next, you're gonna get your pan and just put that baby on in there. Lay it down nice and pretty. Oh, that's so gorgeous. Look at you. Does that not look amazing or what? And it's all ready to go in the oven. Now, don't forget to, so you're gonna, before you do all that, you're gonna preheat your oven to 450. Now, what I do is that now that I have the chicken, I'm gonna get the chicken started. And you wanna cook it in stages because the chicken is gonna take a bit longer to cook than the different vegetables. So we're gonna do this in stages. We're gonna start this at 450 for about 10 to 15 minutes. And then we'll put the vegetables in succession and continue the timeout, and I'll go over those times with you. So let's put this Billy in the oven and get going. Okay, so now at the 10-minute mark, we're gonna go ahead. Oh, you hear that sizzling? Gonna go ahead and add your potatoes. Be very careful as you do it. Put them around the chicken. juice can cook. I guess you can theoretically just put it all around. Oops. You don't want to drop them in the oven like I did though. We'll get that. All right. Add your potatoes for another 20 minutes. And you're going to turn your temperature down to 400 at this point. Okay, now after your 20-minute timer is done, I'm going to go ahead and pull it out just for a second so I can mix up the potatoes and everything. That's looking pretty good so far. Now, so let's just do a quick recap. So we buttered it and seasoned it. We put it in the oven for 10 minutes. Then I added the potatoes. Now I'm going to add everything else. But as I do that, I am going to start seasoning them. And I didn't want to season it before because I just wanted to make sure everything was kind of getting all the same amount of goodness on it. And you're going to mix some. Ooh, did you see that splatter? Going to mix a little bit more butter on the chicken. And I can hear that skin cracking and sounding nice and crunchy like. Probably should have brushed this on, but as you can see, it's going to be melting. And so now these pieces too are opened up a little bit more, so we'll be able to get a little bit more where the wings are, a little bit more of that crunch in there. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and add my Brussels sprouts. I'm going to try to face them downward because I like it when they brown on that part. Just be careful as to not burn yourself as you're doing it. Don't forget in this middle part here. And as this continues to cook, you're going to get that butter cooking out and seasoning the veggies. But at the same time, I'm still going to add a little bit of olive oil just so that the seasoning will stick. Get some carrots in there. I just got baby carrots because they cook a lot quicker. And toss in a few onions. You can break them up, separate them if you like. And at this point, I'm just going to add a little bit of olive oil on the tops of the veggies. Okay. Like that. And then we'll season the veggies independently of the chicken. Now for the measurements for the seasonings, I just realized I just kind of sprinkled them on. I didn't really measure these, so it's just kind of like an eyeball depending on how much you prefer. So we're all set, and we'll put this back in the oven for about another 15 minutes or so. It helps if you have a meat thermometer so we can check the times on, or the temperatures of the thigh as well as the breast area. So we'll get this in for 15 minutes and then check our temps and see what it's like. And there you have it, guys, a beautiful spatchcock or butterfly chicken with roasted vegetables. If you guys found this video helpful, go ahead and give me a big thumbs up. Those thumbs up help me a lot, as well as your comments. Some of you have been commenting on some of my recipes and dishes, and I really am very grateful. You've been so kind. And if you have any suggestions that you'd like for me to cook, something that you just kind of think about out of the top of your head and say, I wonder how to cook that, let me know. I'll look it up for you and I'll show you how to do it. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you can be made aware of my future videos. I'll catch you guys next week. Bye.